So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Oh my goodness.
Try to take a shower here, guys. Come on, get out of here. Close your eyes.
Oh, hang on a second. Leave it to me. There we go. Hey, Hillbilly Nation, this American Hillbilly. How y'all doing this evening? Man, good to see each and every one of you out there. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend, a great Saturday night. And, man, I think we got a great show for you. At least we got some great people in the green room. We got some awesome people out there in the side chat. So I don't know how it could go wrong. Well, anyway, let's bring these fellers out here. And first up, we got Hasbro. Hasbro's Hide. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Hillbilly. Good to be with you again. 2 nights in a row, maybe too much. We're going to find out. It's good to be on. You got a lot of good people in the side chat already. It's rocking and rolling, and good people on the back side of this thing coming into the room, and I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good time tonight.
Oh man, yeah. No doubt about that. I always look forward to this show, and I hope everybody else does too. And up next we have JH586. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
Better than I deserve, man. Thanks for having me. I think we're going to have a fun time. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I need to call Bama Dad. I've been meaning to call him all day, and it's too late now, man. I'll call you tomorrow after church, buddy. Anyway, thanks for having me, man, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope you call him something nice.
Always.
As long as you call him.
Yeah, as long as you call him.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, good to have you on here tonight, Jamie. Appreciate you, buddy.
Cool.
Oh, my goodness. And up next, we have, what's this?
I don't know what that is.
Kentucky Winchester 52 Eagle Eye.
Put that in there.
I don't know how that happened, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm messing with Chad a little bit. So,
how's everybody? I'm blessed. I've had a good week. Had a good work week. Got to shoot some challenge targets. Had my first live show with Let's Talk Bench Rest with Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies, and that went great. So let's just keep it going.
Yeah, Chad. Sorry, I was able to change your name there, and I thought I was going to put something really silly on there. I was like, I'll be nice. Oh man, good to have you on. And yeah, I really enjoyed your show last night, buddy. That was a lot of fun. And up next we have everybody's favorite Garage Guy 879. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing really well. It's good to see everybody. Good to see everybody over in the side chat. I've had a really extra lazy day. I haven't even went outside today. Actually,
welcome back to us.
Sorry.
Other than making something to eat earlier today, this is literally the first thing I've done all day. I've just been Mr. Lazy.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy. Especially put in a good hard week's work.
That's right. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. Yeah, and I was just noticing here that Bama Dad, I think he's taking a foreign language class. Because I don't know what you're saying, buddy. Oh man, I had somebody do that to me one time as a joke. Change my phone from English over to Spanish, and I could do anything. And I'm like, Hey, help me out here. That's a mean thing to do. Good to have you on here, Garage Guy. And up next, we have my favorite leather person on YouTube and the most comfortable person on YouTube, Mr. Mark Thomas. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. And I am comfortable. I had to laugh. I woke up this morning and I'm like, man, I can't remember the verse of the week. So I went to last night's stream, Georgia Shooting Connection. 20 minutes. I was sitting here in this chair, just straight up, dead out of sleep. So I'm going to chase Jamie out of the room tonight if I can, and not do the same thing. But yeah, it's been a great day. My son and I had a good time. Went out and did a little bit of running around. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me. We'll just do what we do.
You bet. Always glad to have you here, brother. Always.
Thomas, since we're talking comfort, I should tell you guys I went today and dropped a big dime on a new king-size bed with the elevated head and foot and vibrating table.
Yeah. Good. Awesome.
Dang.
Woohoo. Fancy.
So we'll be seeing a product video on that.
That'll be over on my other channel.
Pinterest BB gun. Pinterest BB gun.
Fan. That'll be on my OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Oh, man. Oh my goodness. What a bunch of people, awesome people out there on the side chat. Yeah, they're Bama Dad says on his OnlyFans. And up next, got mine, your favorite gizzard, Mr. Gizzard Gary. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you on here, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
And up next, we got Moondog 2A.
Hey, how are you?
Buddy?
Very well, thank you. Just got back from the range today. Did RSO duty for a bit, and then I did spent the rest of the afternoon doing ammo tests. So I'll be posting those up for the rest of the year. But I was trying to figure out what's a good ammo to be shooting on my Ruger Precision Rimfire. So it was a good day. It's a nice mild day here in Northern California.
As cheap as possible is always
Yes,
nice.
absolutely.
There is no good ammo to shoot to that kind of gun. Sorry, Chad.
A little spoiler here. I was surprised how well Blazer did in this rifle. So that's usually like the cheapest CCI ammo you can get, right? I think.
You and Hillbilly, him shooting Super Aguila Extra. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Well, the bad thing is, I think I might go back to the Remington Golden because those did pretty dang good.
Oh, that's
Say it
what
ain't
I forgot
so.
to bring. I forgot to bring golden bullets today.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe it because those Remington Golden, none of my 22s like them things. I shoot it in my single shot Ithaca, and I had to take my pocket knife and dig the casing out of the barrel every time I shoot. And that thing, it liked them, man. So yeah,
You're going to have to
do what, buddy?
I say you're going to have to get a high point to shoot that kind of ammo because there's no other gun that's going to put up with that very long.
Does High Point even make a 22? They should.
Oh, I know. Bold Action Precision 22. Man, I've been their spokesperson.
He's all in.
Yeah.
Boomstick would buy one. He owns all the 22s.
Yeah, no doubt. And Moondog Shark out there says, thanks for the patches, buddy. Appreciate it.
Of course. I'm glad that you got them.
You betcha.
Oh, yeah, I would like to try that. I have a hard time getting any decent supply of nicer ammo here. I've got some, in in my safe, but I'm trying to find the best shooting cheap ammo.
Yeah. Now, I think didn't Walter say that like you guys can't have ammo sent to your door? It's got to go to an FFL in California.
Yeah, and
So that's another expense.
yeah,
Jeez.
absolutely.
Darn it, man.
Yeah.
At least you ain't got to have serial numbers on them yet, do you? I mean, they were talking about that for a while.
Yeah. Shh! Don't give them ideas.
Oh wow, Helping Man says found the Ozark Mountain knife at Walmart. There you go. Blue and aluminum. Yeah, I actually found 3 of those with the D2 steel, and I went ahead and bought all 3 of them. So at some point, we'll be giving away a couple of those. And I mean, not tonight, but at some point, and I was surprised how sharp them dudes are. My goodness.
Hey, Hillbilly.
Yeah.
You see this one? This is your style of knife, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I found that one on Amazon, and that's D2 steel.
Are those little? Are
It
those
sure
wood
is.
inserts there?
They are.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably plastic, but they look like wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, right there on it, D2 steel. So I'll have to find that link and send it to you.
Well, that's the same one that I'm giving away on our monthly deal. See?
Is it?
Did it come with the leather pouch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's except for this one's in blue wood.
Does it say D2 on the blade?
I believe it does. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, there you go. Good.
Yep, it does right there. Well, upside. I won't be able to get that to focus in, but yeah, that's yeah, I found that, and that's what we've been doing for our monthly drawing. If you don't know about our monthly drawing, I started doing that from day one when I started the channel. And anyway, so basically, if you're subscribed to my channel and then you comment on any of my videos, I want to win. You can just put that in there anywhere. Well, I write it down and then, give you a check mark there for every time you do that for that month. And then we do a giveaway about the middle of the month for the previous month here on Guns, Beer, and Therapy. So it's getting close to the middle of the month. We'll be doing that here probably next Saturday. And anyway, but yeah, that's cool. That D2 still, I was really impressed with that stuff. Man. Try to. Oh, Chad, did you type that in?
Yeah, I just realized what it done.
Yeah, go to YouTube. And Boondog's probably wondering how come I don't have co-host deals.
He's
Well,
been
Chad,
hijacked.
Chad, if you didn't notice, Chad started his first live stream last night, and so we're using this StreamYard, just to get him, recognized it and everything. And so, anyway,
good deal. I'll
be sending you the email here in a day, tomorrow or next day, Boondog. So, anyway, for your show. So, anyway,
can I address that for 1 second?
Yeah, you bet, buddy.
First of all, I want to congratulate my buddy Kentucky, but I also have to admit and confess that I'm a little bit jealous in the fact that I went over there and checked it out, and the after chat for our show was breaking up, and so I told the guys bye, and I went over and looked at he had 30 viewers on his first show.
It got as high as 41.
Yeah, it got up to 41.
Nice.
I'm like,
yeah, that's going to make it worse.
Yeah. When I started in 2015, there wasn't a lot of guys weren't doing, live streams back then. I think me and Scotsman were like the first ones, and Uncle Jim kicked in, and and back
Gizzard
in the
Gary
day,
was early too. Yeah.
yeah, Gizzard Gary, and he'll tell you, we were on there for 2 hours on Friday nights, and like the most we would have would be 12, and I'm glad that you guys are getting off to a good start, and I think that's a great thing, and I think it's a tribute to the community that supports all of us as we do our live streams.
Oh man, what a great community! My goodness.
Yeah.
It might have been helped by the rumor I started that Chad was going to give away a Winchester 52A, but he didn't come through.
Well, I didn't even know YouTube did live streams till 2017. First one I run across, Rich 1911 Free for All. That's where I met Scotsman, Dakota Boy, and all those guys. And then from there, I went to Foreign and Domestic, and then found Jamie's show and Uncle Jim, and so on and so on.
Well, a little over 2 years ago, I put out a few videos here and there, and I think probably half of them are High Point videos, and just posting one maybe every month or something, somewhere in there. And this feller, he put a comment on there, and he goes, "Hey," he said, "you cracked me up. How'd you like to be on my live stream? Here's my email." His name was Travis P11. And I emailed him and I said, "What in the world's a live stream?" That's a live show. I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about, brother." And man, I've had a blast ever since then, and still having fun. And I want to shout out, like, within the last probably, couple months, 3 months, maybe, Tom, or she, Moondog, for starting his live stream up. And then, Chad, Kentucky Rimfire and Hobby, starting his up. I mean, each person brings something new in this community. It's not a cookie cutter type deal, And also, big shout out. I mean, I think, I know Chad definitely agrees. I'll say this before he gets a chance to. But, man, what a big thanks to Georgia Shooting Connection, with Jamie and stuff, telling everybody about it. And then, a lot of those folks, just come right over from Georgia Shooting Connection. And, so, I mean, that's just, it's just awesome to see the support of all this community.
It was tough getting started because back when myself, Kyle, and Nathan started Georgia Shooting Connection, we decided that everything was going to be any and all decisions were going to be unanimous, or they weren't going to be made. And nobody was doing anything reloading wise, and still pretty much aren't. And we've tried to expand into other aspects of shooting because my goal was always to I saw a great divide between, what some folks would refer to the tactical crowd and then the reloaders. And then there was another divide between reloaders and bullet casters. And I wanted us all come together and be one big happy family. And I think we've done that to an extent, but I think to another extent, you're just not going to be able to do that. And I think some of the separation in the community is fine. I think what needs to be pointed out, though, that at a point in time where we need to, we will unite and become one. And I think that's I think the powers that need to know that do know that. And So yeah, but other than that, I'm glad to see primers are finally coming down, and but the primer prices are coming down, but powder prices are going up. Is that what you're seeing, Hasbro?
Trading this for
Yeah,
that.
in general, it's true, without a doubt. And a lot of that is because a lot of the powders aren't domestic, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's reacting right now. We'll see where it goes. But I'm stocked up for a little while and thankful for that.
Well, cool.
So congratulations, Chad. Big debut last night. You did well.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. I couldn't have done it without my panel.
And then Walnut and Stills out there says, well, then you have us outcast BB gunners.
Yeah, that's the case.
Yeah, don't say that. Hasbro's got too much invested in those in the last few months. So
Yeah, no kidding.
I think we all are.
I blame Nibs.
I think all shooters are BB gun shooters.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that's where we all started.
yeah,
So
definitely. That's the basics. You know, I mean, that I think.
it's the gateway drug, man.
Yeah.
Bubba!
Hey, fellers. Fella
Okay,
Red.
Mark. It looks like Bubba's working for your competition and being the most comfortable YouTuber.
I have officially called this chair the Mark. I've called this chair the Mark Mock 4.
I will still bet that I could fall asleep before him.
I don't know. I'm pretty tired today. I don't know, man.
Nope.
For real.
All I have to do is close my eyes.
Let me see what I got right here. Yeah, give me 500 on the bandit.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good. Doing good. How's everybody else?
Oh,
Real good.
doing fantastic.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you, Bubba.
Good to see you. Relax too.
That's the one thing about this chair. It's a little too comfortable. I catch myself slinking into a bed mode. I'm just like, oh.
Yep, I know what you mean.
Gilbert, have you noticed Kentucky's starting to creep into your show? Kentucky's going to rule the world before long.
Well, we, here in Ozark Mountains and in the Kentucky Mountains, we are kin, so I think there's a movie out there called Next to Kin. So
Yeah.
Hillbillies, did you say you come from Kentucky?
yeah, my see, great. I don't know. There's a lineage in there. Yeah, that come from the Kentucky
So
Mountains.
lay down over there, Hasbro. Lay down.
Well, my dad's family is all from Kentucky. So,
Yeah.
See, what are you
that
talking
counts.
about?
well, I'm not complaining about Kentucky. I worked there for 25 years. So
Once they made it over those mountains and got into the Kentucky area and all in there, the ones that made it there, they're like, this is as far as we're going. And then they're youngins, they're like, well, we're gonna go a little farther, find some more mountains in different places, I believe. So
yep. My dad's family was Welsh, and that's exactly what happened. They went and settled in an area just like they were living, and they knew how to live in the mountains. So
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I meant to ask Bubba if he's going to have a show tomorrow evening. He had did one about 2 weeks ago and said he was going to be on every other week.
Yep, there is going to be one tomorrow.
All right. What time?
Awesome.
I want to say around 2 p.m.
2
Around
p.m.
there.
All righty.
Because I never know. I might have to do something over my grandparents' house and help grandma out. So I'd say about 2 o'clock, about the time I leave that house after church. So
All right.
Good deal, buddy. Always good to see the good, the bad, the Bubba back on air.
yeah, last week's show got a little heated. But I mean, it was something that I think everybody would be infuriated about, And if you had, I don't want to take too much from the show, but if you don't mind me saying what it was about.
No, I don't reckon. I guess I didn't get the alert on that. On it.
So the start of the show was, and I really didn't want. Like in all seriousness, I really did not want the first show, me coming back, being something that's serious. But I happened to catch it and then did a little bit of research with it. And I didn't do as much as the guy that I watched the video on that did it, but I wanted to make everybody aware. Apparently, in the fiscal year of from August 2023 to August 2024, the amount of money that was sent to our troops for all the bases and stuff like that for their food allotment. Those who know what BAS is, it's the BAS accounts and stuff like that for food allotments for the military troops and stuff like that, mainly for rank E4s and down, was supposed to be $225 million. Of that $225 million, $151 million is not accounted for.
Wow.
I'm
And the
to bring
worst
back
one,
the firing squad.
and the worst ones was the very worst one was Fort Drum, who only spent 10% of the money allotted to them, which was $3.9 million out of $7.7 million was spent on their troops. They don't know where the other 14, 15 million went.
Hmm.
If I had to take a guess, probably the base commander's pocket, but that's just me. There's no proof to it. And then the
Or
other
on the
one,
woke programs.
yeah, which hit me the most was Fort Campbell was one at 28%.
Hmm.
Georgia's Fort
Benning.
Was it Benning? No, it wasn't Benning.
Gordon.
Oh, I want to say it started with an H.
Probably Fort
Hood?
Stewart.
There's your
I don't
answer
remember,
right
but
there,
it was 28%. And then like New York was the worst one, Fort Drum at 10%.
Shocking.
10 to 17%. Yeah, shocking. Shocking. It's New York, right? But I didn't expect it from my own state. You know, I really didn't expect, because there's a lot of love for the troops out here in Kentucky. So seeing that, I was infuriated, and I just went on a warpath for the first few, like 10, 15 minutes of the show, showing all the different bases and stuff like that. And I just wanted to make everybody aware of that and to share. It was Angry Cops, Richard High, that did the video on it. And you know him, he's active service currently. He's a drill sergeant. So like he was really pissed off, pardon my French. But he's been trying to get this out to Elon and stuff like that. And I figured just my small channel, like as many people hear about it, could go out and spread the word even more. You know what I mean? Because that's bullcrap, man. That is 66.6, literally 2/3 of the allotment was not spent on our troops. 2/3.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be short shucking our troops. I mean, that's just.
Like he goes into more detail with other stuff about that was even weirder, but that was the one I wanted to cover the most.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, Bubba. Hey, Bubba, you can see us right here. I'll cover you on Hillbilly's swear jar. Keep going.
Brother, if I actually went on the rant that I wanted to, even on my own show, I'd have to get like 5 or 6 jars because that was bad. I tried to keep as much decorum as I possibly could. Which, in that case, I really shouldn't even have to worry about that because Congress can't even keep decorum. For God's sake.
Wow. Yeah, I believe our servicemen and women should be getting the best, you know, and it really does sadden me, you know, that our politicians, you know, get all this great insurance, you know, for life and all these benefits and, you know, and our service
Wrong
people.
as can be, isn't it? Well, Hillbilly, when I give you money out of that jar, it's going to look suspiciously like washers, but just think it's money.
Howdy, sharpshooter.
Yeah, the best chow hall I ever ate at was Warner Robins, Georgia. That was a Air Force base, and I was in the Army. much better than anything the Army had.
There's a very, very good air and flight museum in Warner Robins, just outside the Air Force Base.
You are dead on there. That's right near where my daughter and son-in-law and granddaughters live, and I've been to that museum, and I'll be there again with those girls because that is really, really nice.
You can spend as long as you want to and still be enthused.
So here's another small thing. I almost forgot about this. If anybody doesn't know, Fort Cavazos is Fort Hood. So when you see Fort Cavazos in the scandal, that's just Fort Hood. They just renamed it to try to get rid of the stigma. Let me tell you something.
Oh, did you see Trump is changing a lot of those back?
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like having the Gulf of America.
That's true.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I don't know why anybody's mad about that because South Korea calls the Sea of Japan the Sea of Korea. Why is anybody? Hey, am I wrong? Somebody tell me I'm wrong. As I've talked to many Koreans, say no, it's the Sea of Korea.
I don't see. I don't understand the butthurt. I mean, as far as I know, Mexico is part of North America. So what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is still, and even North America, South America, it's all America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, from Alaska to Chile. Yep. America.
That's right. That means we got a population in the Brazilians. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a dad joke. I apologize. I'll start taking over. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe get that jar out again.
You know, the people in when we were in Peru, they referred to them. They referred to themselves as Americans because of that fact. They lived in, North and South America. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I'm like, no, you're not an American. You're not paying my dang taxes. I tell you that. Anyway.
Well, let's call Jamie. Would you mind shouting out the side chat? And
I'd love to.
What would y'all like to type in, and we'll just get back to another topic.
How about USA?
There you go.
Hasbro beat y'all to the punch. So we got Hasbro on the panel, and in the side chat, Jacob S. wanted us to type in range day. And hold on a minute. Y'all gone off the page right here already. Way to go, guys. Bama Dad's out there. Jacob S. Alaska 1 Andy. Moondog Go is on the panel in the side chat. Long Rifle is out there. Mark Thomas is on the panel. So is Gizzard Gary. Tim S. again. No, Tim S. Denny's Plant-Based Journey. Garage Guy 879 is on the panel and in the side chat. Info Bros. Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies is also on the panel. We got Ron 2A Matters out there, R-Tack and Daughters, Sharpshooter, Smoking Joe, Jason Mahoy, Walnut and Steel, hey buddy, Sharpshooter, Dwayne 7834, Ozzy Osborne, Bubba Triclops Ballistics has joined the panel, Fuku YT, and Mr. Bobalina, and he's got my prize for the smartest dude in the side chat so far tonight because he actually took a nap before the live stream started.
Looks like we got Block 9 out there also. Welcome, buddy.
Block 9 popping in.
Oh, and there's
Jim Ashby.
Good to see each and every one of you. My goodness. Oh, Del Pogue goes out of USA too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Dale Pogue. And, I could have swore I saw, I guess I called his name out, Dwayne.
Yeah.
I'm sure I called Dwayne out.
Oh, my goodness. So, if you guys have not already got your hashtag in, put in your hashtag HBN120. This is 120th Guns Bearing Therapy, believe it or not. I never thought we would we just started the show like, hey, everybody wants to come hang out and have a good time, we'll do it. And yeah, I never really thought they'd come around to this. But there we got some hashtags coming in. And and just so glad. I mean, it's because of this, everybody on the panel and the side chat, you guys are just awesome. And why we're still going on. And I just hope you all enjoy it as much as I do. And anyway, we was talking a little bit there in the green room about because like Chad's show, that's another thing. If you guys are not familiar with these shows, we got Moondog, he has a live show. We got Gizzy Gary has a live show. Bubba has a live show. Jamie and him with the Georgia Shooting Connection. And then, Chad, Kentucky Rimfire. And then you got like Mark, Hasbro, Garage Guy. These are all awesome people. And there's so many more people that have live shows. But yeah, Chad started his last night and talking about bench rest shooting and about rimfire bench rest shooting. And we got in a conversation there in the green room about, like 6.5 Creedmoor and, some other stuff. And so, anyway, for those of you that like in the side chat and on the panel, like, do you guys do some bench rest shooting, with something, other than, just rimfire and stuff? And so, Jamie, I know you, Hasbro, a lot of you guys do. So, tell us what you got and what you enjoy shooting. And also out there in the side chat, let us know what you got and what you enjoy. And, maybe you have a low development or something for a certain one, or something. So let's talk about that for just a little bit. And Jamie, I'll just let you start this off here, buddy.
Okay. I meet up with a group of guys and go up to Dead Zero in Tennessee, and we shoot at 1,000 yards. But the thing about shooting 1,000 yards, you just don't show up and start shooting at their 1,000-yard electronic target. You have to earn your way onto that by hitting the steel gongs at each level. I think it's 100, then 300, then 600, then 800, and then the 1,000-yard. And then after you ding all the gongs at those distances, they'll let you shoot at the electronic targets. And what's so cool about it is you got a little iPad type device that's connected to their Wi-Fi, and it shows where your impacts are and gives you data like what your velocity is on each round. Shows you the size of the group, and it shows you your standard deviation. And these are important facts when you're doing this, when you want to go do it again, because you've got to maintain velocity over the speed of sound, or their target electronic sensors won't pick up your target. Plus, like you saw Hasbro loaded, when you go from supersonic to subsonic, your bullet does crazy stuff. It almost seems like it turns around, goes backwards for a while, and then turns back around. I mean,
it's just like those jet pilots that you see that break the sound barrier and back off or whatever, right? Pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on during that time.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, it starts a tumble, and it can go end over end depending on how it comes through that transonic wave. And like Jamie said, it just kind of gets crazy.
Yeah. And long rifle saying he zeros at 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and then Alaska,
Yeah.
Andy's giving him some grief out there. Is it 1,000 inches? Because he said 1,000.
Yeah.
He said
Long
1,000.
rifle zeros is 22 long rifles at 1,000 yards. That's what he'll tell you too.
Yeah. Now I'm more the 1,000 inches. That's more my style right there. I'm a little closer.
Yeah. Well, on my rig, my rig is just as cheap as you can shoot at 1,000 yards. It's basically a Ruger American, the first generation Predator, which had the heavier profile. And I'm not put a trigger in it. I won't put like a Trigger Tech or some other aftermarket trigger in it. I took it out of that flimsy stock that they come with and put it on a Magpul American Hunter stock, which is basically a chassis. I mean, if any of you guys have one, you know that it's a chassis, but you don't want to really carry it hunting. They call it a hunter. I'd hate to carry that thing through the woods and climb up in a tree stand with it. But
yeah. Real quick, can I pause you for just a second? Bama Dad asked if anybody's got a Discovery Optics link or code. I don't have mine posted, so Moondog or Jamie, if you guys have yours, put it out there.
Yeah, okay, I'll type
don't
it
have
up.
mine in the banner, so
I think I got
anyway,
it.
sorry to interrupt you, Jamie.
Yeah, mine's I bought that rifle at the time. You could buy them for $399, and then I had some points on one of my accounts at the Jungle website, and I paid I think 125 beans for that stock and used those points to get to that price. And then a friend of mine got me a real good deal on an Arkin. He let me have it at cost because he was one of their dealers at the time. And this was back when Arkin was first coming out. So basically, it's a Ruger American setting in a Magpul Hunter stock with an Arkin SH4 Gen 2 6x24 by 50 optic sitting on it. And then with my hand loads, I'm shooting. My zero is at 300 yards, and that gun shoots half MOA at 300 yards.
Wow.
With my hand loads.
Yep. That's the key, isn't it? You can work up hand loads and make a relatively inexpensive gun shoot in most cases.
Exactly. But if you're going to do this, and if you're going to shoot competitive, bench rest, whatever, and bench rest is a whole nother game. You're getting into arbor presses and all that kind of stuff for bench rest, but you have got to hand load your ammunition for almost any competitive rifle shooting. You're just going to have to do it, or you're not going to be competitive. And what that's about, and Hasbro will tell you, it's about tailoring that ammunition to that rifle, that chamber, that lead, those lands and grooves. And that's what it's all about. When you start hand loading your rifle ammo in particular, you will curse the day that you have to go buy store-bought stuff.
Yeah. Even the best match store-bought is not going to do it.
Yeah,
you're exactly right, Jamie.
Jim's out there asking, what power scope do you use at 1,000 yards?
As high as you can get it.
24 is plenty.
24 is plenty. Actually, I shoot at about 20 magnification because that particular scope, excuse me, you get up over too close to the max magnification, it starts getting blurry. And I also have a bad stigmatism in my right eye. And as I'm shooting 5-shot groups at all of those targets, by the time I get out to 1,000, that astigmatism is horrible. And I contribute that to the fact that I've never been able to break 2 MOA at 1,000 yards, but I'm going to do it this time because I'm going to shoot the gongs and get to 1,000, shoot a 5-shot group at 1,000 yards, and then I'm done. I'm not going to be shooting a 5-shot group at 300, a 5-shot group at 600, then a 5-shot group at 800. I'm going straight for the 1,000 and see how good I can get. But one other thing I'll say about that, and then I want Hasbro to expand on what I said. The particular place that I shoot at, and it's Dead Zero Shooting Park. If anybody wants to go up there, I recommend. It's a fantastic facility. But you're up on a hill, and then the land goes down into a ravine, or what the old folks would call a draw or a holler, and then it comes back up to the 1,000 yard, and you're shooting basically from one ridge to the other ridge at 1,000 yards, and the wind being that both the benches that you shoot from plus the target being at all practically the same elevation, it's the wind is terrible up there.
That sounds tough.
Plus,
That's
you
tough
don't
to
have
read.
any. Yeah, because you don't have any flags in between that are really useful.
Yeah, you have flags at every single target distance. So you have one at 300, you have one at 6, you have one at 8.
Oh, but aren't those like down in the holler then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but is that really useful? If it's, I mean, if that wind down there is going to be the same wind that your bullet's gone through, I guess.
Part of the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Very
Yeah.
true.
That's it.
Well,
That's it.
If you live in the mountains, you'll notice, and probably I'd say most Indians do. It's been around. You got a mountain here and a mountain here, and especially in the summertime, you'll have a nice cool breeze that might be, quite a few temperatures different coming up them hollers. And sometimes, a lot of times up here in the mountain, you're like you got some wind, but sometimes when it's even still here, you'll feel that air and you'll hear it rushing up through them hollers. And so, I like Jamie says, it seems to be a lot of like turbulence, I guess, maybe. I don't know what would be the right word, but
updrafts.
Yeah.
Yep. I've learned a long time ago to shoot. If you're going to shoot that distance, you have these kind of winds and you're not in a competition, you shoot about 30 minutes before dusk. And Chad, you probably know this. I know Jason Chips out in the side chat of it. When we fly RC, it's called the golden hour. Right before it gets dark, almost anywhere you are, that wind will drop. And then you'll have calm conditions and you can shoot. Now, it's not always the case, but it's generally the case, especially in summer. And that can make the difference on that
Either
kind of
that
shooting.
or very early in the morning.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
Same thing if you're a water skier or kneeboarder or whatever on the lakes, man. Like I said, the first thing in the morning or real late in the evening, that's when you got your smoothest waters. And
At 2 to 4 p.m. is not the right time. So to just sort of add on to what Jamie was saying a little bit about inexpensive rifles, you can definitely do it. And I was chatting with Chips there in the side chat, Jason out there. He says, I got him at a bench rest. So I got him a gun I was shooting. And of course, like anything, I can't leave it alone. And so I ended up building this gun. And then, by the time you have this, I got all these extra parts. So I bought another Action, just had both rifles. And I head spaced them exactly the same, where I could literally take one ammo, put in the other, never change anything. And so that helped a bit, but that was a straight up Savage 110 Desert Tactical. No changes. The only thing I put on was a muzzle brake. And that thing from the factory would shoot 3/8-inch groups, 6.5 Creedmoor at 100 yards all day long with the right ammo. Handling. And it's like, you didn't have to spend a lot of money. And, a lot of people complain about the Aggie trigger. I can adjust them and I can shoot them just fine. It's just one of these things, but it's like, if you spend your time and you really work and test your ammo, you can be pretty competitive. I spent the first, almost 10 years shooting F-class FTR with a Remington 700 mil-spec, 5R mil-spec, and never touched it, and was very competitive in that class. And it's not a common rifle, right? I mean, you have to work to find these things. Because supposedly it's the civilian version of the, I think, what is it, M24?
Mm-hmm.
If I have that right. But I'm not sure it 100% is, but it's a really good gun. And all I did was work on ammo all that time. And I went off the deep end, right? I mean, I'm neck turning, I'm doing everything else, and kneeling, just every possible little thing. And it makes a difference. Checking run out, all this stuff. But in the end, if you practice and you work on your ammo, all that other stuff is just little things, and you'll still be competitive. So.
Yeah, and I've seen Shark out there who said adding that precision ornament break changed a lot on his. And yeah, there's sometimes like it seems like some of the smallest things can make a difference too. And like you said, your loads, your wind, all that stuff. And, and a lot of us country boys growing up, I mean, we were hunters, not precision shooters, but you had to be a precision shooter, to kill your game. And, most people say, I don't care what it is I'm shooting or whatever, as long as it shoots consistent, I can allow for everything else. If it's shooting, 3 inches high in the right, and it don't matter, as long as it's consistent, and then you take care, you judge for the wins or whatever. And I think that's the most important thing, is having consistency. And consistency means so much throughout a lot in life. It don't matter if you're a drag racer or I mean, cars, there's other type of drag racing, but I'm talking about the ones in cars. And anyway, consistency is that's it's a big deal. And
that's one thing. I almost took the bait there, Hillbilly. He started talking. Chad was talking about tuners in the green room and talking about brakes. We'll leave that for Chad's show one night, because I'm a pretty firm believer on having a straight barrel, nothing on it. But we'll talk about that in detail maybe on Chad's show. That'd be a good topic.
Yeah. And for I know Shark and some people out there missed Chad's show last night, and so we're after Georgia Shooting Connection. That comes on at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Chad's show's coming on after that, and so it'd be 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and basically just it's bench rest talk. And so I think there's going to be a lot of cool discussions there and stuff. And anyway,
Billy, if you don't mind, one other thing, I'm going to have to go because this is the night where we lose an hour. I got to be at church in the morning,
right.
so it's really 12:06 for me right now. And I just wanted to thank you for having me on. I'm sorry I'm not going to be on very long tonight, but I got responsibilities to do and serve tomorrow morning. So
you betcha, buddy.
And I really appreciate what you and Chad have done in relationship to Elijah. I'm going to try one way or another to get a contest in. We got these NRL and PRS guys literally taking our club over for the entire weekend, and I can't shoot there. So I'll be out in the backyard setting up something temporary and trying to hit a precision target. So it's probably not going to work out real good, but you'll see the train wreck next week.
Oh,
right,
man.
guys.
Well,
Thank
good
you.
having you, Hasbro, buddy. Always great to have you on there. And appreciate you for all that you do for this community, buddy. So, guys, go check out Hasbro's Hide. And also, if you're wanting to get a copy of the March Madness target to shoot that to support Elijah over at Day at the Range. You can email me, Chad, or Hasbro. And also Hasbro, you can get that on his website. It's hasbroshide.com. So you can go over there and download the target. And we also asked that, like, if you do the target, I thought about this too late, but when you do the target, and even if you've already posted your target, you can go back and edit the video. But let's put hashtag Day at the Range March Madness on the either up in the title or down in the description. And I checked that hashtag earlier today, and that don't lead to no videos. And so if you wonder what hashtag is, like this right here, there's no videos when you type in that hashtag in your search bar. But if we start adding this hashtag to our videos, then we literally can go online, type in hashtag Day at the Range March Madness, and everybody that puts that in their videos will pop up. So we can watch everybody's videos that's supporting Elijah out there. So sorry I didn't think of that at the beginning and get that out for everybody, but yeah, please go do that. And
Hey, Hillbilly, I did put a link. That's a direct link to where they can download from the website.
Mhm.
And also, you talk about hashtag. If you also put at Day at the Range in the description, Elijah will see it.
yeah,
Right. So if you put both those things that you said,
Mhm.
at Day at the Range, Elijah will get notified, and then that's what we're trying to do is make his
Yes.
day better. So
yeah, and we said that on the video and stuff, and yes,
Yep.
please do that too. But as people's putting up these videos, sometimes they're hard to find, and so we all want to support everybody too that's doing this for Elijah. So make sure you get those on there.
all right.
And
With that said, good night. Thank you all again. Y'all are the best. We'll see you.
you betcha. Thank you, buddy. And Mark Thomas, he slipped out of here. He didn't go to bed too. So, but yeah, guys and girls, get your hashtag out there. What is it? Hashtag HBN120, and we will we'll do that drawing here around the bottom of the hour. And so we're going to move on to another topic, but real quick, I want to, I know Chad, anybody else on here that talked about, wants to talk about some, something they have for bench rest shooting, and we'll kind of lay off the 22 rimfire because, Chad and them do a great job over there on that. And, but just a little bit something different than the 22 rimfire. So
I'm bugging out. I got the same situation.
Are you?
Yeah, same with me. I was gonna say like, oh, if 1 hour 1 hour less. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we
Like
got
Bring
flies,
forward.
Hillbilly.
Yes.
so
288.
thanks for having me, guys, and I'll try to get some of those competition things done. So y'all try to find somewhere to go to church tomorrow. You'll be glad you did. And thank you for having me. I appreciate all of
You
you.
bet, buddy.
Good night.
Thanks for being here, Jamie. Have a good evening.
Good to see you, Jamie. God bless.
And so, Moondog, you say you need to jump out too, buddy?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was. I'm glad it reminded me that we have 1 hour less because that's 1 hour less for me to download the sheet music that I have to learn to play for tomorrow for church. So yeah, I'm gonna have to head out early.
Yeah, Denny says, I'm with them. I'm going to have to hit the sack soon. They expect the preacher to show up on time. Yeah.
Kind of need that.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is when we scoot the clock ahead, people's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry I was late." If you've owned a business or whatever, you get that excuse quite a bit. Or if you're working with people, man, I didn't realize I forgot to set my clock. But when it goes in the fall, not very many people show up an hour early and say, "Oh man, I forgot to set my clock." Oh man.
How funny how that works out.
Yeah, which I've actually done that before. Showed up an hour early. Like, what in the world going on? Everybody quit?
Time to head back into the car, put that seat back down, and take a nap.
Exactly.
All
So,
right,
what
everyone.
you got coming up, Moondog?
Oh, this weekend is going to be a triple release. I've got 3 videos. I just released and you commented on this. I just released a video where I reviewed this CV Life, their new Eagle Blaze scope.
Mm-hmm.
So this is I was impressed that they managed to put out a Japanese ED glass scope for as cheap as they did, though.
Can
Can
I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
How's the eye box on it zoomed in somewhat?
It's typical. It's not terrible. I mean, it's
okay.
Yeah, it's not bad, and I really like the reticle a lot. I mean, it's I've got this thing. The biggest issue I had was with that turret, and somebody just sent me a message that it's once you put the zero stop in, it cinches up nice and tight. So maybe it's just the way they designed it but I don't often run it with a zero stop since I'm not doing NRL. So yeah, I want when I do the tests at the range, I want to do a range of adjustment test. So I have to take out any zero stop anyway.
That's another baseball bat for you.
Yeah, this was not as bad, but yeah, this one did come with the sunshade, so it's a little more manageable without it.
Well, I really do like the zero stops on those and the pull up. Pull it up to adjust it rather than the screw on cap or whatever. I mean, I myself personally, I like that. Yeah.
So I think this it's a good scope overall, especially for $300. Certainly better than the scope that my first scope that I spent $300 on. So yeah. And so I just posted the review on this, and tomorrow I'll be going live with 2 booth visits. One with at Arkin with their new Outlier rifle, and that is you'll see in the video, but it's got a crazy small micro. The receiver is it's like an inch wide. That's the entire that's the entire action. It's like a micro action, and that's the serial number. It's just like this tiny little thing, and the rest of it is all held together with the Picatinny rail and the chassis. So it's a really crazy cool design that for the rifle, and the backdraft. I think that I'm naming it correctly. The integrated suppressor in the barrel was really effective, at least in the AR version that I got to try. So that's releasing tomorrow, and also a booth visit with March, and they've showed off a prototype of their PRS scope. So yeah, got a lot of videos coming out this weekend.
Well, let me ask you something real quick. When you have a integrated barrel like that with the suppressor, does that require a tax stamp?
Oh yeah, it still does.
Okay, I figured it did, but I was surprised that the heat buildup in it didn't affect the accuracy, because they guarantee that it's still like sub MOA for the entire time, because most of the bench or SF class guys will run blowers on their barrels just to cool it down. So, but I guess that the heat doesn't build up as much because they've got a lot more surface area. I'm not sure how all that physics works, but they manage it. They say that it still holds its point of impact. So we'll see. Anyway, come in and check that out. I'm going to post up links to my channels up right now, and this is also, I'll be giving this away at the end of this month, so there's still time to enter the contest on my at my website. Just have to subscribe to Moondog Go and send a
a screenshot over to it, and I'll post a link to that.
Oh yeah.
And you can get all this information. As Hillbilly said, I've got a live stream on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and 3 p.m. Pacific. And of course, for you, that would be 4 p.m. for you mountain folks. Don't want to leave you guys out over in Colorado and Utah. So be sure to tune in at Moondog 2A and Moondog Go and Moondog Reviews. So I've got 3 channels, and they all have different focuses. Of course, the 2A channel is all the pew stuff that we all like talking about here. But you could also check out my gadget stuff on Moondog Reviews and travel stuff on Moondog Go. Anyway, gentlemen, as Jamie said, I hope everybody gets a chance to go to church tomorrow. It is we are in the 40 days up until Easter, so this is the time to get right with God.
You
All right?
betcha.
All right, gentlemen, have a good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Tom.
buddy. Good to have you on. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Man, my goodness. So we still got a little bit of time left before we get to the giveaway. And I thought it was kind of interesting a while ago when Jamie started talking about, like live chats and back in the day. So Gary, you have been on YouTube for quite a while, and you experienced a lot of stuff. And so I thought, man, is there like how has things changed kind of like today to when you very first started like getting on and doing a live chat and stuff? There's like different platforms back then, wasn't there, that you guys would use to stream on or something? And
Well, back then we did most of our streaming on what was called Google Hangouts. And we didn't have, I think I was about 2 years into it before they took Google Hangouts away from us. And that's when companies like StreamYard kind of shot up out of nowhere to take over, because there wasn't any other way to stream that would allow. I mean, YouTube does have its own Hangouts feature, but it only allows one person to stream at a time. It doesn't allow multiple people on the screen.
mm-hmm.
And so StreamYard was one of the first to jump up there about the time that they announced that was going away and offered this product. So, I mean, over the years, we've had to deal with stuff like that. I mean, you deal with, enforcement of rules. You know, how sometimes YouTube will come up with a new rule and then they'll start penalizing people who did that 2 years ago. That's nothing new.
Didn't you tell me, like, everybody kind of used to have a segment every now and then, like, show us what you're carrying? And you could actually show that.
Back when I first started doing lives, that's a good thing you reminded me. Back then, it was still okay to show guns on a live stream. And where I have on my show where I call it the Gorn segment, show us your Gorn. It used to be show us your guns. I'm serious. That was the time I would take that time during the program and everybody would show what they were carrying. And we'd all hold up our gun in front of the camera and stuff like that, And then we'd invite people to send in pictures of their guns, and stuff like that. So you had guns and Gorn. Well, the gun part of it went away. I think probably 2020 was when they decided you couldn't, because somebody committed suicide on a live stream, and YouTube decided, nope, not going to allow anybody to show guns on a live stream anymore. So,
hang on a second. I think Garage Guy's wanting to say something.
Okay, that was originally a Facebook thing. Some whack job over in New Zealand went on a shooting spree while he had a cell phone, and he was on Facebook Live. And Facebook did away with the firearms thing, and YouTube right after that happened come out with that rule: no more handling firearms on live streams.
Yeah, and we don't want to give glory to any of those people that do stuff like that, but it's a shame that they rent it for everybody else.
It wasn't just that though. There was a streamer that also did like a desk pop at his desk.
Oh wow!
Like this idiot didn't realize that there was still one in the chamber. He popped out the magazine. He was like playfully threatening somebody, saying, "Tell me I don't have money again." And he like racked around, and then he took out his magazine and thought it was over. Set his gun down, pulled the trigger, and shot through to the next guy's apartment beside of him. I was like, "You fucking idiot!"
Well, I can remember. I think it's about the first year I was on. I hate to mention anybody's name, but he does a lot of live streams, like just about one probably every day. What the heck is his name? Never Enough Ammo is who it was. Who I saw used to. There was one time where he actually shot a 22 up in the ceiling.
Oh, wow!
Well, he'd been kicked out of his house or something like that, and it was his last night there, and he might have put a round or two up in the ceiling.
Oh man!
But yeah, and you had Yankee Marshall used to do desk pops where he'd shoot into a clearing bucket, and he still does now, but he does it off screen where you can't see. But back then he'd do it where you could see. So rules have changed and stuff like that. So we've had to deal with a lot of different stuff. Secondary platforms, back then we didn't have like Rumble and stuff like that. We had a couple others that people would use. VidMe comes to mind. This was this new thing that was coming on. Everybody went to VidMe. Well, after about a year, VidMe just all of a sudden said, "Whoops, we're running out of money. We're shutting down."
Oh.
Everybody had to scurry back to YouTube real quick.
Let's not forget Live Leaks. That turned a lot of boys into men.
Ozzy said NEA shot through the screen in his window. Yeah, well, he was trying to shoot through his window, and he hit the windowsill is what happened. Yeah. He may have been drinking a little bit those nights. Let's put it that way. But yeah, back then you could get away with doing stuff. You'd be shut down right away for doing stuff like that now. So,
Exactly.
but yeah, a lot of things have changed over the years, and we've had to adapt to the rules. No guns on live streams, blah blah blah. And every time you turn around, it's something new.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. I mean, I've heard you talk about, different stuff, like on the back chats and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, wow. I didn't know that you could actually do this or that back in one day and back in the day. And so, Garage Guy and Bubba, we give you guys a, quick, chance to talk about some of the stuff, and also Chad, you too. But let's talk about this for a few more minutes, and then we'll give something away.
Well, back
Go ahead. You're good.
All right. Back in late 2020, early 2021, I did 5 or 6 live stream shows myself during COVID. And I actually got a pretty good reaction, some good feedback about it. And then some of the already other established channels, they started doing it a lot more often as well, and it was kind of difficult to find a good time slot at that time. And during the weekdays, I was having to do a lot of work where COVID hit where I work at really hard, and we was having to do a lot of overtime. You know, we didn't have half the people that would show up. You know, if they tested positive, then they said you can't come to work. You know, heck, they was out for a week. You know, and the ones of us that was there. So doing the live streams during the weekday evenings was pretty much impossible. And then by the time the weekend come, you know, a good time slot was already taken up. But I enjoyed doing it. I used a YouTube platform and StreamYard, and it worked really well. But, you know, right now, the rules and everything, they were pretty simple. You know, I just hit the start button, pick a topic, and the people in the side chat that join in, we'd have a good conversation. And nowadays, there's a lot of these really good shows on here. Of course, Hillbilly, Georgia Shooting Connection, Uncle Jim, Gary, everybody, you know, I enjoy them. And it's always fun to be a part of it. A person doesn't have to be the host to enjoy it, you know, but back when I did it, I had a good time, met a lot of good people.
Awesome. Good stuff. So, we'll go down to you, Bubba, and then we'll go up to Chad.
I didn't really, so I didn't really do much gun tubing or anything like that back in the day. And I did some streaming on Twitch and stuff, but it was mainly video games and stuff. But the one of the other streaming services I used to use was Streamlabs, OBS, I think is what it was called. And I used to use that quite a lot because that was the easiest way to connect to Twitch, because for whatever the reason, Twitch was at enmity with me, I guess. I don't know what's going on with it, but I think about 2016, 2018, I was streaming quite a lot. I don't know why I stopped. I just remember I stopped. I think one day I was just like, eh. And then my buddies told me that I need to make a YouTube video because all my knowledge on guns that I had and what knowledge I didn't have, like if I messed up in a video, somebody would tell me. So it was just supposed to be a joke. And in Twitch, whenever I did Twitch, I didn't talk at all, in the slightest, because I had a severe agoraphobia, and I didn't like for people to be around me. I didn't like for people to talk to me or anything like that. So I've come a long way, and I was really bad about it whenever I first started YouTube. And I guess I got broke out of my shell pretty quick. And that's all thanks to Rob Hamilton and Mark Thomas and Boomstick. Those three are the main three that got me out of my shell. So,
right there.
Yeah. And but yeah, it was Streamlabs, OBS, and then StreamYard. I learned because of Hillbilly. I had no idea what the hell it was, and then Gizzard Gary taught me some extra stuff. So yeah, that's been my YouTube streaming career in a nutshell.
Oh, don't be blaming me for you being.
I am blaming you. I'm blaming you and Guns and Barbecue for making me buy a dang Civivi. All right, that's your all fault.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's cool stuff. So, Chad, how about you, buddy? I know your channel's still fairly young as far as when it comes to 2A stuff, but you were doing RC stuff for quite a long time on your channel. So, kind of like, what have you seen? And did you watch any lives back when you doing RC stuff, or did it kind of just start in when you was doing 2A stuff?
I never saw the first live until I saw Guns, Beer, and Therapy the first time. And so the model airplane thing with YouTube was more of a thing to just have somewhere to log my videos and keep them. And I was going back and looking at those videos the other day, man. Camera quality has came a long way.
It has. Yeah, pixels makes a difference, don't it, buddy?
Yeah. So I've only been doing this a few months, and if I don't do it again tomorrow, it was worth it because I've gained a bunch of friends here in doing so. And Hillbilly, I have to blame you also because you're the one that coaxed me into starting a live, and Bubba, he had to train me how to use StreamYard too, and we was going through all this yesterday, just hours before my show was supposed to start, and I was thinking, I'm going to quit. I'm done. But it all worked out. I mean, it's not as bad as I was making it in my head. So
yeah, it is, and like on the members chat, I know I did it, Gary does it and stuff. Like anybody can get on those. It's mostly a smaller crowd, and people like when you first get on, like you don't know what to expect. It's like, okay, I hit this button and all of a sudden I pop on the screen, and my camera on, and it's totally different and not what you got there.
Tim S asked me a question.
Oh, okay. There you go. And and that it's not as scary as what a person might think, and so that's one thing that's really cool is people like it's not as bad as what a person thinks. You think, oh, I'll be nervous or whatever. You turn your camera off, you can mute your microphone, and and I mean you can just sit on there and only answer a question if that's all you want to do. Getting started out, and but I'm just excited to, be a part of these because it's neat to see people like, the side chat, they can converse back and forth with us, and stuff like that, with people on panels and stuff. And that's why I really like companies that, can come on the show. It's just like, when we had, Link on here with Discovery, and then also Kai on here with Blackbeard Fire Starters, and stuff. It's like you get to know a little bit more about that person and the company and all that. You can ask them questions. So, I think it's a great deal, to be able to do this stuff. And, I feel blessed to be able to do it. And especially for 120 episodes. I mean, but yeah, I hope everybody enjoys it as much as I do. So, yeah, but we need to give some stuff away. Some of these people might want to go to bed. So, make sure your hashtag in there, hashtag HBN 120, and I will share the screen here. What we're going to be giving away tonight, and it is the skinny knife. We are still on the skinny pink purple knife, so that's what we'll be giving away tonight. And let's see, we'll do that. We'll do that switch to the multicolor here probably pretty soon. I'm not for sure. I know there's still quite a few people out there that don't have this purple pink knife, and so I want to make sure that a lot of people's had the opportunity to get it, so they can get all 4 colors so far. Well, so far we've done 3 colors of the skinny knife, and then of course the VIP chat, they get to choose what color they want out of the 4 that we have featured, and then we have a different one that I showed earlier for the monthly. So anyway, this is a really cool knife. It's, pretty much just like the one that started off, the black classic one. And so anyway, that's what we'll be giving away tonight. And see, somebody like to give me a countdown. Look at this fella spin.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
All right, around she goes. Where it stops, only StreamYard knows.
Smoking Joe.
All right, buddy. So, Smoking Joe, I know you're out there not very long ago, but you do have to be present to win. So, say something in the side chat, buddy. We'll give you about a minute and a half or so. And Ron says, I got all 4. Shark says, I love the black
There he
one.
is. There he is.
All right. Yeah, Smoking Joe is out there. Congratulations, buddy. So if you look down at the bottom at the banner down there is my email, AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com. So give me an email and let me know what name and address that you'd like to send this to. And if your name's different than, like, Smoking Joe, include Smoking Joe on there. That way I can correlate, who it is and stuff. So anyway, you betcha, buddy. That's awesome. Congratulations, buddy. And I'll get that sent out to you. I'll write your name down here. And so I got a record of it, and my goodness, congratulations, buddy. And I'll take that off of there. And also, I want to say a quick thanks. I'm going to put them up here on the banner to our VIPs. The VIPs are the sponsor of, the skinny knife giveaway and stuff. So the income that comes in from our VIPs, that goes to pay for, the skinny knives and all, shipping and all that stuff. So, the VIPs are making your day better, and we sure appreciate them so much. And so, shout out to the VIPs. And if you are a VIP, and if you just got like gifted one, like, maybe last Saturday or something like that, every Tuesday we have a VIP only members chat. And that's on Tuesday nights at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. And on that show, if you win, I don't know, you just got to come over and find out. Yeah, it's always a fun time. So anyway, there, Ronson got 5. Yeah, awesome stuff. And I enjoy this chat so much. And I know time's changing, and most usually we go for till 11 o'clock, but since a lot of stuff's jumping, time's changing up ahead, we'll go ahead and go around the chat or around the panel and stuff and let everybody, plug their channel and all that stuff. And so anyway, Bubba, we'll just go ahead and start down with you, buddy.
Well, just let you know there's going to be a good, the bad, and the Bubba tomorrow.
Awesome.
Probably around 2 o'clock, but now since the clock's going to go forward now, it might be 3 o'clock. If I'm going to lose an hour of sleep, it might be 3 o'clock. So just pay attention to your news feeds, check on it by 2 o'clock, and keep on checking, see if it comes up. But I'll usually post the time about an hour to an hour and a half beforehand. So just be looking for that. Other than that, I ain't got anything else really coming up. I've been pretty busy with work and stuff. So, yeah. But I plan on doing it every other week until I can get to a point where I can do it every week. But it will be on Sundays from now on because Sunday and Monday are my only days off, and Monday I'm always having to do something. So, yeah. Other than that, guys, stay safe, stay armed, stay two-way strong. Have a fantastic weekend. Keep getting that.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go over and check out Bubba Triclops Ballistic. Always fun over there, and yeah, he's been slacking on his content, but the dude changed jobs and all that, and so everybody knows how that goes. But we just appreciate all of your content, buddy. And I personally just love the good, the bad, the Bubba too. And then when you do one of those videos, also when you got your alter egos coming into the videos, those are always a blast to watch. And so, anyway, go check him out. Good night, buddy. Yeah, there's people heading out, and I understand that. And so, Gizzard Gary, what you got coming up, buddy?
Oh, I don't know. Stuff and things. Let's see. I've got on Monday nights my regular show, Foul Territory, my live stream. That is every Monday at 9:00 p.m. Central. Love to have you come by. About an hour and a half worth of fun. We talk some 2A. We give some swag away. And we even show some goring on the screen because we can't show guns no more. Well, not live guns. You can send in pictures of guns all you want to. We can't show live guns. For my channel members, we have a Wednesday night live stream. And that is at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, where we give away. I have a number of pocket knives that I've reviewed over the years, and I give one away every week till they run out, I guess. So if you're a channel member of mine, then yeah, you can come in and get a chance to win one of those every week. So don't want to. The Sunday 9 a.m. Yeah. Anyway, Ozzy's out there trying to get me to get up Sunday at 9:00 after. Well, we won't even discuss. Yeah, there is a show coming up here in a little bit, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
to do the Sunday show. Man.
Yeah, that kind of makes it hard for me to do a Sunday show, huh?
It's 3 or 4 hours long, wasn't it?
Last time I did one, yeah, it was 4 hours. I used to do it every Sunday from 8 a.m. to noon, but yeah, with people like DM Foss doing his stuff at 1 a.m., that makes it kind of tough. That and being up for this show, it's like I got to sleep sometime, folks. But anyway, I don't want to go on too long. Anyway, that's what I got going on. I got some new knives in this week, so expect some knife reviews this next week from me. And with that, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, always happy to have you here, buddy. And always excited to watch your show too. So yeah, go and check out Gizzard Gary, and do yourself a favor, subscribe to all these folks on the panel, and there's a lot of people on the side chat that have channels too. So yeah, do yourself a favor, go and check them out and subscribe. So Garage Guy, what you got coming up? I seen your video of your favorite PPs that you had for this last year. Really great video, and yeah, I still want that Mark V.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I uploaded that, and I'm getting a lot of really good feedback from it. I think I made some really good choices this year, and I'd say here I'll try to put out a video every other week. I like to get a shooting segment in to go along with it, depending on the weather. So I'm looking at not next week, but the week after. I'm going to do a rifle review on just a budget rifle, a Savage 64F Wally World rifle. And sometimes those Wally World rifles, you get them, you take care of them, you never have any problems with them. It's not always necessary to go out and drop 5 or 6 Ben Franklins on a rifle. And over the years, I bought several really excellent rifles and shotguns at Walmart. And so that's going to be my next video. I've already got the shooting segment up for a brand new Charter Arms Pathfinder Chamberton 22 Magnum. I love that little thing. So hopefully, let's see, the Savage rifle, the Charter Arms, those will be my next 2 videos. I also have a secondary channel, Garage Guy 879.2. There are no firearm reviews on it, but I did pick up a toy that was made back in the Soviet Union in the early 60s. It's made out of tin, and it probably wouldn't last 5 minutes, but a guy I work with does live Facebook auctions, and he's always going to these estate sales. And I got it from him, and that little Soviet toy is like in brand new condition.
Wow.
Got the box with it and everything.
Cool.
So I'll be posting that video on Garage Guy 879.2 channel. So get over there and check it out.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, go check out Garage Guy. And always great stuff over there. No doubt about that, buddy. Thanks for being on tonight.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, Kentucky Winchester 52 Eagle Eye. What you got coming up? And I changed Chad's name.
Hillbilly's pranking with me now. He changed my name.
Well, that's nice about the name, you know.
Yeah, so we had our first live last night. We've mentioned that several times, and it went really well. If you didn't get a chance to come over and join us, that's posted on my channel. You can go back and watch that live. I am a big 22 shooter, so I shoot a lot of interest 22, but I also shoot 6.5 Creedmoor 308. I mean, I shoot centerfire from the bench too. My plan is not to be strictly 22. It's anything bench rest, and we're not going to talk about just firearms. We're going to talk about bags, rests, scopes, type of reticles you like. There's a whole plethora of topics that can be covered in bench rest. And guys, if you're interested in that, go over and check out that live video and drop me a comment on it if you have a topic that you would like to see discussed in the upcoming episodes. I gladly consider those suggestions. I got a new revolver this week. I picked up a EAA Windicator, snub nose 357, and I got a video dropping on it Wednesday. It will be on YouTube Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock, and we'll be back Friday night for Let's Talk Bench Rest with Kentucky Rimfire, and then the plan is to start dropping a video on Wednesday, have my live on Friday, and then drop another video on Saturday. And that'd pretty much be how my week goes every week. Tomorrow, I'm very, very much considering participating in our first 3-gun match at our local range. I've never shot 3-gun before, but I got to go help the guy set it up. So why not take my firearms with me and participate? So I don't know that I'll get to video any of that, but I'm looking forward to trying a 3-gun event tomorrow. So that's where I'm at. And for those of y'all that did join me and continue to support me, I appreciate it. We are slowly climbing up there. I was telling Hillbilly this evening we're up to 670 some subscribers, and we reached a milestone this week of 5,000 viewed hours. So we're getting there. We're climbing the ladder. So
That's awesome, buddy. So glad to hear that. And yeah, I just duct tape one of them GoPros on your head and during that 3-gun shoot. And yeah, I've not got to actually compete in a 3-gun, but man, that sounds so fun to me because I love the shotguns. I like everything about that competition, and that sounds so much fun, so much fun, no doubt about that. And so yeah, go check out Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies and his live show also. Go after Georgia Shooting Connection, and then also on Friday nights. I assume it's still going on Fridays. I know it's still going on, but I think it's still on Fridays. We got Gun Websites is a 2A weekly wrap up, and you want to check that out. And I want to tell you guys what I got coming up here in just a minute, just right after this quick commercial.
I am gravely disappointed. Once again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
There has been too much violence, too much pain. But I have an honorable compromise. Just come join us. Saturday nights, 11 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Sunday metric. Just join us, and there will be an end to the horror. Just join us.
Yes, TM Foss will be coming up here in a few hours. And I don't know what time the time changes. Is it 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock? So it might.
I think it's typically 2 a.m.
2 a.m. So it might jump back. I don't know, but I think it is 2 a.m.
It's going to go forward.
Yeah, forward. Okay, so yeah, doggone it.
So he will be good. Yeah.
That is right. For some reason, I was thinking back, but yes, forward. So yeah, don't forget to set your clocks too. And anyway, so man, what I got coming up. First of all, I want to remind everybody, if you get a chance, go check out Day at the Range. Show him support. We've been doing, if you hadn't heard, a March Madness target, and to help, like Elijah's, he just like said on the video, he just AWOL for a little bit, and he will be back. But while he's kind of down and out, check out this target we put together, and me, Chad, Hasbro, Chad's buddy Justin, and stuff. There's people had some. Basically, it come together just perfect. I don't know, Chad. That was just amazing how that just all come together. And
the timing was, buddy. It just yeah. So Justin, he's not a YouTuber. He's just a member of my range, and he's probably one of my best friends. And he said, "Hey, I got a target idea. Why don't you get with Elijah on it?" And he said, March is coming up, and March is about March Madness to most people. Basketball. And so I went to Elijah, and Elijah was like, "Oh my God, this is awesome." He's like, and we tossed around some ideas, and he said, "If you don't mind, I want to talk to my son and get my son involved because he's a big sports fan." And he said, "We're going to think this through and see how it's going to work out and put it to paper." And then the next thing I know, I get an email from him saying, "Hey man, I'm not going to be able to see this through. I had to have a surgery, and I don't want to talk about what the surgery was." And he said, "I'm just going to leave it at that." So, and I was like, "You take care of you, man. Don't worry about that target. It's just a piece of paper." So coincidentally, Hillbilly calls me and says, "Hey man, I was thinking about making this target." And he's like, what do you think about a March Madness target? And I
So
said,
the basketballs, I'm like, bracket.
he's like, with
Nobody's
little
doing one of those.
basketballs on there. And I was like, dude, we were just talking to Elijah about this. And he got, and he goes, well, do you mind if I put one together? And I said, no, absolutely not. So we talked a little bit about what he wanted to do. And next thing we know, we got a target, and we've pulled the community together, and everybody's shooting the target and tagging Elijah. And so when we dropped the target to Elijah ahead of time to show it to him in the little introductory video that Hillbilly done, he sent us an email and said, you guys about put me back in the hospital. He said, I laughed so hard I about busted a stitch. So that's a little backstory on that, but it all fell in place, and it happened, and it's making the big guy smile over there. It's giving him something to watch while he's down and out, and also he put Hillbilly's video out on his channel, and Cyclops Joe made a couple of videos for him and let him share them on his channel, so he has some content while this is going on. So again, this is a great community that I'm a part of, and I'm glad to be here. And yeah, there's the target, and it's tough. Let me tell you guys, you get down there to those 3-pointers and that bonus shot, it's really tough.
Yeah. In my first one, I think I missed all the 1-pointers. I didn't get to go to 2-pointers, 3-pointers, but I hit the 5-pointer bonus. That's just pure luck and help with a win. But yeah, and if you guys happen to do this, even if you already made your video, you can go back and like edit it. But I don't know why I didn't think of this at the beginning, but if you do a video with this, use the hashtag Day at the Range March Madness. I already checked this hashtag out. There's no videos on this hashtag. And what that'll do is it'll group everybody's videos together. So if you type that hashtag in, it'll show everybody's videos that did this. And then also, just like on the target says up there, tag Elijah, tag at Day at the Range. And so that way, it goes over and he can see it too. So, I mean, so just supporting him. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing
Cyclops
this.
Joe slipping in here.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Who let the door open? Hey, buddy, how you doing? Well, yeah, you said something. You said Cyclops Joe like 3 times, and he showed up.
Yeah, that's weird how that happened. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, Joe?
Time change must be messing with him though, because he was extremely late for the show.
I don't think they do time change in Texas. Oh man, good to see each and every person on here, man. We lost Bubba. Bubba must have had to jump out. But yeah, so what I got coming up is I'll probably do this Day at the Range target another time or two, maybe. See if I can't score a little bit higher on that. But it was fun to shoot it. It's been a lot of fun, and of course I got some videos coming up, some product videos, and just like this one. This is a suppressor, and anyways, from Anechoic. And so we're going to be taking this one and another one they sent me out and testing it. And the name Anechoic's pretty cool because the actual name means free from echo. And let's see what is deadened sound. And so they had chose that name, and so we're going to be testing this out and seeing how well it does and everything. I don't have suppressor videos on the channel up to now, but I've always been interested in them, about the sound difference. Can you go without wearing your earbuds? Is it change the grouping any and stuff like that? So we'll be doing some testing with those and seeing how all that goes. So. Oh, brother. Well, yeah. Anyway. Oh boy. So anyway, thank you all so much for being on here. We sure appreciate each and every one of you. We just wish you the best. And shout out again to the VIPs. You guys are awesome. And anyway, we're gonna wrap this stream up.